I want to talk about, in order for us to follow our dreams, we must know who we are. Discovering who we are is so important. I am still discovering who I am. I am still growing in wisdom. And as long as we go, we grow. If you stop going, you stop growing. And no one has all wisdom but one, and it's not us here. But anyway, you know, the thing is that, you know, anytime you're going to do anything in life, you know, you need to know yourself. And last time I talked about the book, Why Do I Act the Way I Do? It's by Tim LaHaye, and it talks about the different temperaments. I don't know if you ever took a temperament test, but one of them is, well, there's two different temperaments, okay? One is, oh, hi, Laura. One is introvert, and one is extrovert, okay? So an introvert is usually somebody that's kind of shy, like, you know, they're not really like to really be out and about, and they're more reserved. And somebody that's an extrovert is more outgoing, more sociable and stuff like that. Well, it's good to know whether you're an extrovert or whether you're an introvert, because that helps you to know who you are. And me, I'm an extrovert, and there's two different types of extroverts and two different types of introverts. And so some people use all kinds of all kinds of illustrations. Some say a sanguine, and some say choleric, and some say melancholy, and I can't remember what the fourth one is. If you remember, let me know. But some people use the beaver and the lion and all these different ways of describing our temperament. And that really helped me when I started learning what my temperament was. That helped me to know more about myself. So when you know more about yourself, then you know your capabilities. You know, like I was listening to this young man, and he came off the streets and everything, and he didn't have nobody take care of him. His mom and dad, he didn't have nobody take care of him. He had to live on the streets. He couldn't go to school because who was going to enroll him? And so he was talking about, you know, well, he had an incident and got shot or whatever and almost died, and they saved him and everything. Well, anyway, somebody introduced him to the VIA Institute, which is the institute that helps you learn about your character. And that's the one that if you go online at womenofwisdominc.org, it's a free test that you can take, and it'll give you your different character traits, and it'll help you discover, you know, your top to your bottom, who you are. And it's important that you know who you are. But once he found out who he was, then he was able to start helping other people. He was able to follow his dream, you know. And really, you want to follow the dream that is in your heart. Not what's in your head, but what's in your heart. When you follow what's in your heart, then you have the resilience to be able to, and the resilience, you have the adaptability, you have all the necessary tools to be able to sustain yourself when you start going through difficult times, or you have to make those hard decisions. Then you can make those decisions out of your heart because your heart is connected in it. But if it's just your head, you don't really have anything that gives you that passion. You need to have that passion to stay with it and be perseverant about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's important that we get to know ourselves. How you see yourself is how you see your future. Think about it. If you don't see yourself doing anything, if you can't go past where you are, you'll never go anywhere. And I've heard people say, well, they make an issue about self-confidence. Well, you really do need to have self-confidence. And really, that's what Women of Wisdom is all about, empowering teen girls and women with practical wisdom and confidence. You have to have confidence, no matter what it is that you are doing. Hi, Bree. That's my daughter-in-law. Love you, honey. Thanks for watching. You have to have confidence in yourself, regardless to whatever you endeavor to do. Because if you think about it, if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anybody else to believe in you? And if you come across, you don't really know yourself, or you don't have any kind of confidence, you don't have no assurance, you don't have no passion, how are you going to sell yourself? How are you going to convince other people that you have something to offer? You have to change the way you see yourself. And it's possible. Even with myself, when I started really just growing into things, and even coming into doing this Women of Wisdom and stuff like that, before I even got started doing that, before I got started, I had this attitude like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't want to learn this. I don't want to learn that. But I kept getting this pull to come up. Come on, let's come up a little higher. Let's do more. What is your passion? What is your heart? And see, my heart, is to help other women. That's other teenage girls, teenage moms. I want to help. Part of it is because of, our passion comes from our past, how we grew up, how we saw life, some of our downfalls in life and things like that. We want to help people. In my case, I want to help people to have a better life than what I had. And really, I was told, the Lord told me, I'm a Christian. The Lord told me, teach them what I've taught you. And actually, he taught me how to be a woman. He taught me how to be a wife. He taught me how to be a mother, because I did not know all those things, because I was raised by my dad till I was 12 years old. And so I didn't really have that example. And then when he did remarry, he remarried a woman that never had any kids. And so there was that barrier there. you know, and there's some things that was shared with me. I was like, I know that's not right, you know, and I'm not doing that, you know. I had sense enough to know that, you know, but and no discredit to her, because she gave me value, and she told me, she said, I could see you behind the desk. I could see the girls are watching with me. Oh, my grandbabies, love you, honeys, sweeties. And she added value to my life. She would always tell me, I could see you behind the desk. I could see you doing it. Well, guess where I end up? Behind the desk. I've been a secretary and, you know, executive secretary, and I worked in offices, and now I'm an administrator, you know, and now I'm running a nonprofit. You know, back then I was being reared for this very thing, and my passion towards teen girls, young women, women, you know, is because the life that I went through and I had to live as a woman, I want to instill or impart or empower other women to not make the mistakes that I made. You know, do better. Life can be better if you have knowledge, if you have understanding, and if you understand yourself. Oh my goodness, that will help you. And I started learning and start understanding who I am. You know, that helped me to grow into the person that I am today. You know, something else I wanted to talk about, you know, oh yeah, I really like psychology. And so the VIA Strength Institute really deals with the psychology side of your character, and helps you to see your good qualities. We need to focus in on our good qualities. Now, what I was telling you about the temperament with Why Do I Act the Way I Do with the book Tim LaHaye, they actually show you your positive and your negatives. But the way that they bring it is the strengths, your strengths. You know your strengths and know your weaknesses, so you'll know how to work on them, you know. And sometimes our strength can be our weakness if it's not balanced properly. And so another one of my character traits is gratitude. We all need to have some gratitude, right? Okay, and it says being aware of and thankful of the good things that happen, taking time to express thanks. And we need to do that. If you know what, find out what's special and what's amazing about you. You know, you find out what your character traits are. Find out whether you are an extrovert or whether you're an introvert. Find out whether, you know, why do I act the way I do? Understand who you are, and that will help you follow your dream and learn more about the passion that you have inside of you. So what I was saying, I didn't forget. What I was saying, you know, when I grew up, my passion for helping other women and things like that is because, well, you know, I made a lot of bad decisions, you know, because I didn't have the proper knowledge or the proper teaching to teach me all of those things. And so that's why I'm here to give you wisdom, to help you make better decisions, and to help you have confidence to pursue your dream in life. And so take the hay and throw away the sticks. What apply, take that. What doesn't apply, toss it to the side. And the other thing is that that critical voice inside of you, you know, something came to me that I wanted to share was there's a, let's use fear as an example, okay? There's a good fear and there's a bad fear. Bad fear comes from outside influence. Good fear comes from within, because the fear that is within us is in us to help us to be aware of danger. That's what the inner fear is for. But when you start fearing to step out, fearing to, don't let that critical voice inside, that criticism inside of you stop you from following your dreams. You know, being afraid to step out. That fear from the outside, that is not good fear. And you can tell with all the pandemic that's been happening, there's been a lot of fear out there. Do not allow yourself to be influenced by the outside fear, but know your intuition. Recognize the fear that's coming from the inside so that you can foresee danger. That's what that, and see, you need to know the difference. There's a difference. And so there's a good side and a bad side to everything. Hi, Autumn. Love you, honey. There's a good side and a bad side to everything. But if you keep your eyes open, and stay more aware of what's going on in here, know what you're capable of, know your limitations, know the good and the bad, but focus more on the good. Focus on what can you do to change your life that will help you change somebody else's life. Right now with everything that's going on, we really need to look inward, and we need to discover who we are and believe that you can be whatever you desire to be. Look in the heart. What's your passion? Follow that passion, and then start building your confidence up and finding out all these beautiful, positive characteristics that you have inside of you, and start recognizing how beautiful, how amazing you are. See, I didn't know that my top one, when you take this survey, you will be able to look at it and say, wow, that's me. And my top one is honesty. Now I understand. I understand a little bit more about myself. I understand why some people can't really handle the honesty, because some people can't handle truth very well. And so now I recognize that, oh, that's what it is, and even though maybe I need to curve it a little bit for some people, and I'm not talking about being dishonest. I'm talking about being honest, but, you know, toning it down for some people. In other words, don't say some things. And while we're at it, don't let everything that comes to your mind come out of your mouth anyway. That is unwise. Have discretion on what you say. Think about what you say before you say it. We have what they call a superposition within us that gives us those seconds to say, should I say this or should I not say this? What is the consequences of me saying what's in my mind? And you know your own self, my goodness. Everything that pops in your head, that is not that is not something you should repeat. And especially to yourself. Even that critical voice inside of you, don't always listen to that critical voice inside of you telling you, you better not do that. You better not step out. You're going to fail. You're not going to, you're not good enough. You're not thin enough. You're not big enough. You're not, light enough. You're not dark enough. You're not this enough. Quit listening to that. You are good enough. You are amazing. Find out those good qualities in you and then use them to your advantage and grow and grow and grow and grow in wisdom and follow the passion that's in your heart. Follow that passion that's in your heart. What's in the head, not sustainable. The passion in your heart, sustainable. Yes, because you have a desire, a passion to do something, to make a difference. And everybody has something to add to society. Don't think that you don't. You just need to discover what it is, what's your heart's passion, and who am I? Who am I? Am I a person of integrity? Am I an honest person? Am I a person that persevere? Am I fairness, hope, all of these things on here? Social intelligence. That's what that guy was. He scored high on social intelligence. And then he started going around helping young people. This is a man that came off the streets and, found Via Institute, and they started teaching him about who he was. And once he discovered who he was, he started using those character traits to find his passion and his dream. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and, finish up here with the tea time with Dorarena. So here's my tea. I got sweet tea today. So take the time to go to Women of Wisdom, Inc. That's inc.org. And take click on the discovery page and take the survey. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And it'll ask you whether or not you want to share with me. You don't have to share with me. You can share with me. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you find out who you are. And once you discover that, then you can start moving forward in life and start becoming who you already are. And that's amazing. You are amazing. All right. So thank you for joining us. And I'll see you next week with Tuesday Tea Time. Love you all.